All right, by now we all seen what happened at the Astroworld festival, the tragedy that took place and claimed 8 lives. And it's just really hard for me to believe that this incident was just by chance. I'm always playing devil's advocate, and just a very speculative person as it is. So I wrote down a couple of notes of some things that I noticed. And from what I could see, like, there were no barricades to separate the fans, for if they did start pressing forward, there was nothing in place to stop them. Everything was open. Being that this has happened before, I think it was at a Diddy concert where 9 people were killed or pushed into the stage or something, died in some kind of way, were crushed or stampede. You would think that something would be in place to stop people from doing this, unless they want people to do this. They would have found a better way to keep people separated from each other. It seemed kind of rehearsed in the beginning when the camera crews came out to film the people, and the people were, running and breaking through and busting through all the checkpoint lines to get into the festival. It's almost as if they were signaled. Maybe they were given a countdown. Maybe they were told, this footage is gonna be for, promotion for the festival or anything like that. Maybe they told them it was to show people how lit the concert would be, or just to put the image in our mind on how rowdy the crowd was once this tragedy taking place. They could always go back to that footage and go, look at the people, how they were earlier. Earlier they were jumping in line and knocking people down. This started way before the concert even started. Now, the Travis Scott head where the people were sitting, got the mouth open, the skeleton, the people sit in front of the mouth and take pictures. Now, that was very eerie to me. It almost looked like he was eating them. Or was he leading them to slaughter? Was he leading his sheep to slaughter, Even in the promo pic when he has the hands out and, the all-seeing eye in the hands, and it seems like the soul's going through a portal or headed to Astroworld, which can also be the other world, the astral plane, it's many things that it can be in limbo. It's many things that Astroworld could actually signify. But it almost looked like he's in that picture. Is that him harnessing their energy or taking people to the other side, showing them the way to the other side? Because also there was on the merch that was sold for the concert, and on the background of the concert, you could see the word "see you on the other side." So this is really starting to seem intentional, and to harness energy and to harness souls. Now, when the people were trying to get the attention of the cameraman, it's almost like he was trying to brush them off like they were going to get him in trouble. It makes me wonder, was he told no matter what happens that everyone, not just him, was everyone told no matter what happens, keep doing your job, keep going? And you also have to question if he even had the power to change anything to begin with, But the one thing he could change was he could have stopped his camera, and he did not. Why didn't he stop filming? Why didn't he stop to turn around and see, to check? Maybe he was given very clear instruction. Let me see. Now, the way Travis Scott stared at that body as it was being brought, it was being carried away by the EMTs, it just seemed very demonic. Like he was in a trance. Like he claims to not know what was going on. He thought someone was passed out, whatnot. But the way he was locked in, it was almost as if everything was going as planned, and he couldn't believe it. It was almost as if, like I said, he was in a trance. He wasn't shocked. He wasn't in a panic. He didn't misspeak anything. He actually kept singing and was on beat. Now, the security guard that was injected with drugs, I seen the news report saying that there was security injected with drugs and that multiple people went into cardiac arrest. Okay, so it's multiple things going on here. Some people being pushed to the front, or some people being trampled in a stampede, some people going into cardiac arrest. Now, that's the part that doesn't make sense. That's where the drugs and the injections or something else have to come in place. They set these people up so that they could die, whether it was by stampede or by the drugs going into cardiac arrest or falling down or being out of it and someone trampling them. Almost reminds me of the Kanika Jenkins thing, when she was just out of it wandering and she wandered right into her death, right? And I feel like that was almost like what was set up for these people. Some of them were ejected, and I'm not sure if it was intentional for them to go into cardiac arrest or just put them out of their mind enough so that they can be killed another way. I also have to question, was the crowd being forced forward? Who was in the back of the crowd? Where was security in the back? What is there security all throughout these crowds? I don't go to concerts, so I don't know. But who was in charge of keeping people in order and keeping people, from getting chaotic? Were people signaled to move forward? Were there crisis actors in the crowd, paid to start causing confusion and chaos and amp up the crowd and start pushing the crowd forward? Another reason why I think it may have been chaos actors, crisis actors in the crowd, you could call them chaos actors too, is because the people who were dancing on the ambulance, as the ambulance was trying to get through, the fact that the ambulance people didn't get out and stop them, the fact that you try to do that with any ambulance people right now, they are going to go crazy. They're going to call, you know what I'm saying? They're going to tell you it's an emergency, get your ass back. Now, these people were just dancing on top of the ambulance and the ambulance still trying to get through. It's almost two things could have happened. Either those people are crisis actors, or the people really did not understand that it was an emergency going on and they thought that was part of the show. They thought the ambulance with the lights, the flashing lights, they could have thought it was part of the show. Another prop, another gimmick. But it could have very well been crisis actors if we think of the Black Lives Matters rioters. The people some people went out to protest, but mixed in the protesters, there were rioters, people causing chaos, people causing confusion, people starting fires, people breaking windows. This could have been very similar to something like that. Now, I want to give a shout out to Docs Daily for bringing this to my attention, and I also went and Googled it myself. Now, in 1968, two men were fatally crushed at that Six Flags Astroworld, which is what the album is based off. In fact, he actually had the concert at the same fairgrounds or at the same park that this Astroworld Six Flags was at. So in 1968, we got two men that were fatally crushed there. Same area. Now, that place closed October 30th, 2005. A couple of days off, but this would have been the 16th anniversary of the Astroworld closing, the Astroworld Six Flags. And here we are today, or, the day of the festival. People come and they celebrate, and now we have 8 deaths. Now, it seemed, okay, I already said that. I also want to give a shout out to Children of Israel out here, Yahi. If you follow him, he gives a lot of insight to the gematria. I didn't get into the gematria, but the colors, the psyop colors. In the video, there was a lot of neon green, a lot of bright orange. And if you follow him, he tells us about those colors, about them being like radiation, danger, warning. If you ever seen one of his videos where he picks the picture of Kanye, he has on a jacket like this color with the orange hair, danger. So this could have all very well been a psyop, guys. Not saying that people didn't die. People definitely lost their lives. But this could have been a psyop as well. Another thing that Storm Monroe brought to my attention, it was Kris Jenner's birthday. And Kris Jenner is a Scorpio. We know the tarot card for Scorpio is death. So was this a sacrifice for Kris Jenner? Was she in attendance? We know Kylie was there, with a perfect vantage point to see what was going on and not necessarily be a part of it. So, yeah, those are just some things on my mind. It was one other thing that I wanted to bring up that it just slipped my mind. Let me think. Oh, Squid Games. How similar is this to Squid Games? They all signed up, they all went, and unbeknownst to them, a lot of people, it was planned for a lot of people to die. I watched one young man's video and he said that he was trying to pull people into VIP to save them, and the people in VIP were pretty much like, what are you doing? Why are you bringing those people over here? And why wouldn't they be concerned for people's lives, Were they there to watch it? Was this a setup for higher ups or for those in attendance to watch these people die, harness their energy? I guess we'll never know. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and please share and comment. And, let's exchange information. I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below.